Hey y'all, it's Friday. Got the new camera set up, and we're good to go. This week's topic is gender. There are a lot of genders. Since gender is your personal identity in relationship to masculinity and femininity, presentation, and gender roles, there are probably as many gender identities as there are people in the world. And that's wonderful! So let's talk about some genders. The two most common are obviously man and woman. Most people identify themselves as either a man or a woman. There are cisgender men and women and transgender men and women, but regardless of the parts they're born with, cis and trans men identify as men, and cis and trans women identify as women. However, there are several non-binary genders that exist between these 2 points on the spectrum. Androgynes, who have a mix of male and female qualities but do not identify as men or women. There are also bigender people who may feel that they are both men and women, and gender-fluid people who may frequently change how they identify in relationship to male and female. However, a male-to-female sliding scale is still too simple to grasp the complexities and possibilities of gender. There are agender people who don't have a gender. There are gender-neutral people who have a neutral gender. There are genderqueers and aliagenders, and countless other genders entirely outside of the concepts of man and woman. When it comes to my gender, I use a lot of different words for it. I'm non-binary. I'm transgender. I identify as an androgen because I am simultaneously masculine and feminine, although I often feel like this word is still too binary-oriented to fully express how I feel. I identify as agender in relation to male and female because often it's the easiest word for people to understand, and it's the most clear when I'm attempting to communicate that, no, really, I'm not a man or a woman. I identify as neutois, but I use that word to express my relationship to my physical body and the fact that I'm transitioning to a more neutral body. I identify as gender fluid, although it was a term I'd originally resisted, because many people in my life told me that I've always been switchy, and seem to occupy different genders at different times, which I feel is true. I like the idea that we don't occupy points on the gender spectrum, but clouds. I feel that there are several clouds of gender that I occupy at different times, but also blend into each other and aren't really divided but are just something I kind of flow through. The clouds I mainly occupy are non-binary masculine, non-binary femme, androgynous, non-gendered, and a few other fringe or not commonly known genders. Although these fluctuations are mainly demonstrated through changes in my mood, behavior, and expression, not in changes in the way I identify or my pronouns. The word that I feel has resonated with me the most is actually a recently coined term that I've never heard anyone else use, but is something that I came across on Tumblr. Welkin gender, a gender that is best explained using the sky as a visual metaphor. Gender is different for everyone, and because of that, not everyone can find words that already exist that properly express their feelings and experiences. It's totally okay to use non-typical terms to describe your gender, or even make up your own word for it. Before I go, I want to ask, how do you describe your gender? Leave your comments down below. See you next week. Peace out.